Hello, everybody. Oh, look, it brightened up a little bit. Still a little bit dark, is it?
Hi, Sylvia Wright, Tracy Runyon, Tom's daughter, John Cook, one Sandra, Joan Williams.
Let me see. Tracy. Oh. Tracy Runyon, Carl Brooks, Sylvia Wright, Tom's, Joan, Cheryl, how are you? Get us my cup there, actually. Get your cup.
Cheryl Holtger.
John. Who else have we got? Have I said to everyone? Yours up in the room. Because you had your tea this morning. Ta-da! How cool is that? GV's is up in his room.
Thank you, Cheryl, for my mug also.
Yeah, he had his cup
I had my coffee this morning.
and it's still up in the room. Sorry.
Denise Atkins.
Hello, Denise. Hi, Carl. How are you all doing? Zarowski. Yeah, they're lovely, Toms. They really are beautiful. Any sweets are now gone. And the Dr. Peppers were drank pretty much straight away.
I love the Reese's. They're lovely.
Oh, the Reese's, yeah. And I'm not mad for Reese's, but they were beautiful. They were gorgeous. Hello, Dean. Hi, Janet. How are you?
Hi, John.
Yeah, Sally, it is wonderful.
Sally.
Love Dr. Pepper. Yeah, John. I don't have Dr. Pepper tonight. I've only got the version of cherry Pepsi, but it's okay as well. But I do prefer Dr. Pepper.
Hello from Texas, Janet Sulzbach, maybe.
Hi, Diana. How are you? Hi, Scouse. Hi, Pat. The merch. I have a merch shop, Pat. This cup is unique. This is a limited edition. Our beautiful subscriber made us cups. Your one is his. It's up in the room. He had tea in it, so it's still up there. We're very, I don't know, am I a bit white looking or something?
It's a bit fuzzy looking, is it?
Yeah, a little bit. I wonder is it the
I think YouTube
camera?
are playing up again.
Yeah, YouTube aren't being...
We should have a Guinness as Dean. We don't drink Dean.
Don't drink Dean, no.
We don't do
get
that
me a
bad stuff.
kitchen paper and I'll give that a quick wipe. Hi, Tracy. Yeah. I love that as well. Isn't it just amazing?
I'll go and get mine now in a minute.
Yeah, do, because they're all saying how nice it is. Just this thing. Sorry, guys, 1 sec. I'll put the camera. We'll see how that is. A little bit better, I think. Janet, I love seeing Ireland, etc. My heritage, but I've never been. Am I going to offer ball caps in my merch? It's not available yet in my store. I've tried to. I think you have to kind of request it to be made. So far we've just got the bucket caps. Hello, Margot. If you're watching, Margot. Hi, how are you, pet? Tracy, it's beautiful. It is. Let me see. Who have I missed? Gerald, he's gone to get his cup. Very important that he shows this off. It's fantastic. She's smiling, Sylvia. Oh, bless her. She's always smiling, Sylvia. Denise's son wants to bring her to Ireland. Denise, take his offer. Have you wiped it now? So there's not coffee stains all over it.
I cleaned it. Thank you, Cheryl, for my beautiful mug. Look at that.
Oh, that's gorgeous.
Grave Visitations. And look what it says on the other side. I'll see you when I get my glasses.
That is brilliant.
And they are very like my shades I wear.
Very, very like it. That is excellent. See, some of you are still sweltering hot, are you? It's still warm enough. It's kind of overcast today, but warm. Warm.
Winter's coming and I hate winter.
Well, autumn first, and I love autumn.
gets dark early and there's no sun, and I love the sun.
Missouri, currently 83 degrees Fahrenheit. Whoa. It was really warm when we were in England, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Really warm. Reba, how are you?
I need to go to a hot country if anybody's offering to go to a nice hot country to do some headstones and cemeteries where there's sun.
Yeah.
Because I hate cold.
I don't mind. I don't like the cold. The winter cold we have here is pretty cold, but I love autumn. I suppose my favorite day would be a little bit of sun, a nice breeze blowing, and not too hot. That's perfect for me. I can't do the heat at all. Reba just had a short shower. I think everybody is just roasting at the moment, aren't they? Spring has sprung in South Africa. How cool. It's a good time. Oh, I hate winter. It's a good time to stay under the electric blanket.
Yeah, the electric blanket is good.
Now my son is ringing me. Just 1 second, guys. So tell him what we were up to last night, actually.
Oh, last night. So we went back last night to the old Carrick. It's called Graveyard, where Sue caught that ghost in the video from a subscriber. Let her know about the image that was caught on the video of the ghost. So we played the video back. She's uploaded the video. You've all seen it, maybe. If not, please look at it. It's very interesting. So we went back there last night, done a bit of a spirit box kind of session as well to see what we could come up with. We've got a couple of things on a Necrophonic, the Ghost Tube app as well, and got a couple of names came up. Weird things also happened. Strange stuff happened while we were there. So it's something to really look forward to.
Yeah, and we got a few.
Something weird came across.
Yeah.
I had the gimbal in my hand and I was kind of just talking and videoing the trees around the area in the graveyard. This weird thing came right across the camera, and you can hear me on the camera, on the video, I mean, saying, "Wow, what is that?" Something just whizzed past the camera. This really big blur image.
Hi, Dawn. What else happened actually last night? Oh, well, we won't give it all away, will we? No, we can't give it all away. But it is extremely overgrown. It was quite sad to see how overgrown the place was. We got inside the gate and we couldn't get any further. And that is no messing, is it?
No.
It probably took us half an hour to beat down brambles.
The bushes were, the thorn bushes and everything were like up to my waist.
Yeah.
You know, and I'm tall, but they were up to my waist. So I had to get 2 sticks and I beat down all this overgrowth and make a pathway in to Susanna's grave.
Yeah.
And finally we got in, but it was a lot of work and effort.
Marie Green is here. Joan is here. Maureen Alder, how are you?
Kearney, someone said. Someone said Kearney is the name of the spirit you caught. Kearney is the name from your Ganigan.
Oh, sorry.
Kearney is the name from her, the spirit that you caught.
Well, it was her name is Hore.
Hore, Hore. Susanna and James, her brother, is also buried there as well.
Yeah, and James is a Breen, which leads us to think that obviously Susanna then had been married, but she was only 21 and James is only 13. So it's very, very young ages there, you know, very, very young. But it was just sad to get there and see it the way it is, so overgrown. It's just a shame, really. It was bad when we went there 9 months ago, but it was a million times worse. I mean, these brambles were up to my shoulder.
They're very good. Yeah.
Hi, Hans. How are you? Cambria. Hello. How are you?
people died very young back in the
Yeah.
1800s, you know, when they had all these fevers and TB and different things. That
Yeah.
people, and there was no real cure for it at the time. So
Yeah, so what we did is we eventually got into the her area. Her area is actually it's kind of you know, there doesn't seem to be very many brambles. Was just getting up to her because she's right up at the top. And we did, you know, a necrophonic, and we did a ghost
But the-
tube, and kind of called out and asked questions, and we were given
So,
names.
so while I was at the top of the graveyard and I was just at the last part of all this beat down, all this overgrowth and bush, what did we see straight away on top of one of these
Yeah.
tombstones? A cat. And the cat just started staring at the both of us and didn't move.
Yeah, it's you know, it's
These cats in
now we were
cemeteries.
we were right in the middle of brambles at the time, and I was trying to pass the camera to him. So I don't know whether we will actually see it on camera. I haven't even. We quickly looked into it last night for the just a little bit of edit. There's over an hour and a half footage. Sandra, thank you so much for your super chat.
Super chat.
Thank you, Sandra. Really appreciate it. Yeah, so the cat was there, of course, but it took us ages anyway to get up to her grave. So we did the necrophonic, and we did
Black and white cat it was.
what would you call it? Ghost tube or something. It's a different app. We really haven't used that very often. But we did get a few you know, words, a few names. But what's more strange, I suppose, is the feeling you got and I got at different times, and then a couple of things happened that, if I say it now, it'll give it all away. But I mean, nothing major happened at all. But as I said, until I get in and edit it, we really won't know, will we?
No, it always comes up in edit.
Yeah. But anyway, so tonight I have the premiere, and it's from Bristol, and it is a fantastic cemetery in Bristol in England, and a very interesting. You probably have seen from the thumbnail already. I went to go down to the bathroom and noticed this furnace. I mean, it's in such a strange place. You know, there's a cafe upstairs, and also they've slightly changed it. You said what year it was? Do you think the year was for the furnace?
1940s, I think.
1940s furnace. So that's in it. Some beautiful memorials and headstones. But you will see as well tonight a lot of damage, a lot of overgrowth. But I will explain all that in the video. About the people that look after their volunteers, how much it costs them, etc., etc. Hi, Nicole. How are you?
Oxfordshire, Nicole is from. So, who said something there? Pat O'Brien says you need to get John Edwards on the case. He does the talking to the dead stuff.
Oh, John Edwards.
I've never heard of John Edwards.
Hi, Barb. How are you? And Rob Powell. Rob is in North Wales.
And Sylvia.
Tracy.
Sylvia is a Powell.
Yeah.
So you never know, guys. He could be related.
Tracy, the community could come together to completely beautify the cemetery. A weekend of landscaping, cleaning of structures, headstones and tombs and crypts, and laying of flowers. Then a huge cookout. You know, the thing is, Tracy, what we have found on all our travels, and these, you know, some of these older graves are quite historical. A lot of them are from the 1798 rebellion, yeomen, the whole lot is there. And what happens is the cemetery or the graveyard becomes forgotten. So it takes maybe the historical society or a group of volunteers will go in. They will photograph and they will take the details of the headstones, and then it stops there. Unless they have, you know, the manpower and the money and everything else to keep going back there, it just doesn't happen. We have gone into places thinking, you know, we've seen photos online and we think this is beautiful, this is going to be fantastic, and we get there and you're just it's completely overgrown, because the photos that we have found are from a historical group that have gone in and recorded the whole lot, taken their photos, uploaded them, and then it's forgotten again. So it is quite sad, but that's what happens.
Usually, Carol said don't the graveyards belong to the churches, but some of them belong to the county council.
Yeah. Now the ones that belong to the county council are generally better maintained.
Yeah, because they have the staff.
Because they have the staff. The ones like we were in last night are those little, those little tiny ones with just the ruins of the church. I think once they're, there's no more. You'll see from tonight. I read. It's like a sign going around Bristol Cemetery. It's basically tells you that how much it takes to maintain the area, who it's maintained by, and and it basically says that once families stop calling, that's it. So who comes then, like who is going to go in and do all of that? And this place in Bristol is massive, isn't it? It was huge. So it's probably it makes sense, really.
We've been through some great adventures, came across beautiful cemeteries, and
we have
a grave. I came across a very interesting grave in one of the cemeteries as well. An actor. When I say where it's from, an actor from Dad's Army. Do any of you remember watching Dad's Army?
I know, I do. Yeah.
When I came across one of those guys, their grave, so I'll have that on my video.
Yeah. Somebody said something there. I'm trying to see where it is. Oh yeah. What do you like best, graveyards or cemeteries? I don't know. I don't have a preference. I know the graveyards are nice because they have the church. Yeah. Or they'll have ruins of a church. But cemeteries are usually far bigger, I suppose, aren't they? They're usually more variety of headstones and monuments and stuff. But I don't take any preference to them, Rob, to be honest with you. Sometimes the rooms are all but that. They're just like a little pile of stone and you can't even see what the church was like, but the ones with the more significant rooms are really, really nice. Sylvie says it is tough to maintain graveyards, the main body of people that are first at the beginning, there is no money. That were there first at the beginning, there is no money. I gave enough to take care of my family graveyard for a year. It's true, Sylvia. When family cease, or you might have ancestors somewhere that you don't know, and I suppose when that stops, the grave does become overgrown, or the graveyard or the cemetery, and you'll see that in tonight as well. Just how the amount of work in Arnisvale Cemetery tonight, the amount of work that they have done and that there is to do is just incredible, absolutely incredible. It is quite shocking at times tonight when we see just how dense it's these little pathways through the woods, how dense the forest is and how many headstones are just there. It's crazy. And then you come to another part where they have cleared, or where they are starting to clear, and there was people going by me pushing these little they're like little carts with their bits and pieces in while they're trying to work, and they're all volunteers. Oh my goodness. Volunteers, sorry. So it's up to them to do all that, and I'm telling you now, there is some work. I don't think I'd be able to go into a huge cemetery like that and to give in as much time as what these people do, unpaid as well, so it's all of that all has to come together. Wouldn't cleaning some of those headstones damage them? Sometimes community efforts can be misguided. Chantabelle, that is very, very true. I think my opinion on that differs from time to time. Sometimes, whatever about clearing bramble and stuff, you're not really damaging. But headstones, I do tend to think I don't have the qualifications for that. I don't have the right tools. I don't have this D2, is it the stuff people keep telling me to use? It's not here in Ireland that I know of anyway. And then, yeah, there's another side of that it will damage. I think if you're, it's up to the family themselves if they want to take care of their headstone, whatever they want to do. I've seen headstones sandblasted to near point of nothing left. I've seen them repainted. But that's down to family choice. And I think if I was to go into a cemetery and start at a headstone that I know nothing about, I don't know their family, who's to say that their family is not coming to do it next week? And I've been there and I've damaged it. And once it's damaged, it can't be undone, Yeah, John, there is a right way to clean headstones. And as I said, I wouldn't feel qualified to go at. So even taking ivy at times, we have to be very, very careful, because as beautiful as ivy is, it will pull away some of those headstones. It will just pull the front part of the headstone away, especially those kind of slate ones. In the US, Boy Scouts sometimes clean up cemeteries, from what I understand, are used to, I think. Well, we've often said that people that are, unemployed or, have community service, instead of having them out sweeping up streets or something that maybe makes them feel, that there's something they could give, bring them into a cemetery. I think everyone will get something out of that. The cemetery will get cleaned and the person doing it will feel an achievement, some sort of an achievement for themselves.
I've said before about people who commit crimes and stuff like that. This community service program, these are some of the people that could go in and clean up headstones and old graveyards and cemeteries as part of the program. Instead of somebody, going to prison, maybe they will let them be supervised and maybe clean up all these areas and stuff. So it would be a good idea.
I think it's a great idea. High Fairground. Vandalism is the worst, really upset. Yeah, Barb, vandalism is horrible. Horrible. I don't know anyone that can vandalize a grave, take something from a grave, go into a crypt and upset the contents. And we've seen that lots. Now, I know we do take a look in, but that's more of it's kind of an educational curiosity I have of that kind of thing. But we would never go into somewhere where we cannot just have a little look in. Like, we'd never damage a place to look in.
Jean from Wexford, isn't it?
Jean from
Wexford, she said.
Oh,
what part of Wexford are you from, Jean?
Let's see.
Jean.
Lonesco.
UNESCO.
Lonesco. Oops, probably got that all wrong.
Fairground Fundis. Hello. Irene Rogers from New Jersey.
Fairground Funday says we've had a local old Victorian side of the cemetery, and older people have for the first time been finding ancestors there. Wow. Brenda Shaw, hello. Irene Rogers, hello. John Cook says a cemetery nearby, which is family members at rest there, was severely vandalized a few months ago. They found who did it. It was 2 young kids. Do you know, John, I have a feeling, and I'm not pointing fingers, but I do think it is the younger generation. They've nothing to do and they think it's a bit of fun or a bit of, I don't know. I don't really get it. I don't know. But I don't think it's the older generation or people from, my age, I don't think. I'm
just going to pop in my channel link.
Oh, yeah.
If anybody's interested in the other half of the channels of Sue, if you want to subscribe to me, hit the link and subscribe if you want. That's if you want, please.
Fiona, hello. Rob said, I saw a video of yours where a burial plot had fire damage, was upsetting. Yeah, Rob, I can't. That one still leaves me questioning and wondering what was going on there. It was definitely fire. We seen the charred timber, what was left, and almost to me it looked like a bonfire had been started, and then we kind of went around saying would have somebody, lit it somewhere else and then put it, but either whether the fire was lit in the grave or to move the charred timber to that area, it's wrong. It's so wrong. Why would you do it? It is horrible. But you have seen worse. I have seen
I've been to
that
the
famine.
the
Yeah, that was the
vandalized
worst.
famine graveyard. I did, yeah. That's
That
very.
was horrible as well. Hi, Penny. Fiona, Christine Phillips, how are you? Someone stole all the toys off my granddaughter's grave. She was only 20 months when oh, Christine, I'm so sorry. That is the worst of the worst. Like, I mean, we have read newspapers here, excuse me, in Ireland, not just specifically here, where, people have said that their granddaughter's little grave keeps getting vandalized, or trinkets, teddies, whatever are taken off. I don't get it. I just don't get it. It's horrible. Hi, Sue and Carl, missed you. These past few weeks was hanging with bikers. Good woman, Patty.
The Hells Angels. Was it the Hells Angels? The bikers. Yeah, so we have loads of videos coming up between the both of us. Sue has a super one coming up tonight, premiere. It's really interesting, not to be missed. I have one, hopefully going to have it up Tuesday night, Castle Coombe.
Yeah.
In the Cotswolds in England.
Oh my God, that is the
most
prettiest
beautiful
village ever.
in the whole of England. Also, I'll be going around the old church and graveyard in the medieval village as well.
To say that this village is...
Warhorse, the movie, was filmed there.
The village is like stepping back in time, untouched, but the prettiest village I think we've ever seen. For me, I've never seen anything quite like it on this art.
It's like it's stuck in time.
Stuck in time, but it is extremely busy with visitors. I'd imagine visitors come from all over the world to visit here. Well, to do, because the place was very, very busy. There were a lot of Instagram girls out there taking their Instagram poses and their Instagram photos, and Daddy was holding the camera, wasn't he? And these girls, beautiful girls, trying to get the shot right with this beautiful village behind them. It was a bit of entertainment as well, because they were sitting there on the bridge for about 20 minutes in the one pose while Daddy was taking all her photos. Irene says Ollie get a channel too. He wants to, Irene. He really does.
Probably a game on channel or something.
Denise said, my local council removes anything off graves that people put, like fences and ornaments. No way. Oh, I don't know. I didn't realize we are so lucky here in Ireland to be able to decorate graves the way we are allowed to. We have seen some amazing monuments, like, over the top marble statues of our Lord, of Saint Anthony, of Padre Pio, of
Angels.
Everything, plaques, angels, cherubs, horses, dogs.
Even war stuff as well.
Amazing. And then, just to come back to the more simpler graves, these magnificent graves with the brightly coloured stones that I took home when I was a child because I thought they were diamonds and gems, and got in big trouble for it. Blue and the green and the white and the pebbles. It's just amazing. And then little trinkets of either fresh flowers or planted flowers, or whatever. But so we are very blessed here to be able to do that. And I do wonder how long Ireland can kind of sustain these large plots, because space is a huge problem, I suppose, isn't it? You see a cemetery opening up, a parish will buy a plot of land, and within the year it's half full. It's it's amazing that you kind of do wonder about space as well. So a few lovely little churches and graveyards. No Time to Stop made friends with a couple from Cornwall. Cornwall is lovely as well, actually. Yeah.
Cornwall down by the coast, My grandparents are buried in Monaghan and Louth. Our family looks after the graves. That's it, she meant.
Oh yeah. Loud, we haven't
Monaghan
been
and
to
Loud.
Loud either, or Monaghan actually yet.
There is nice stuff up around
Monaghan especially. We've
Drogheda,
seen a
I
few
think,
bits.
as well.
Yeah.
There's lovely graves up there. There's so much to see, but we haven't got there yet. Belfast is another one on the list as well. We hope to get to Belfast. Maybe a trip back to Dublin again. Who knows?
Yeah, and there's so much we still want to do. In London as well, we want to finish off. Our goal is to finish off the Magnificent Seven.
In London.
We're
yeah.
not even halfway around them. That is a goal that we really, really want to do. There's several in Dublin we still want to do. Where was that one you were talking about? The unique mausoleum?
In Dublin.
No, the B one.
Oh,
Beehive.
that's in Westmeath.
Westmeath. Sorry, I couldn't think
A
of.
very unique mausoleum in the shape of a beehive. And the guy believed in reincarnation, and he thought he was going to come back as a bee. And his son thought he was going to come back as a fox. So there was a bit of kind of crazy kind of stuff going on there. The story of the
Yeah,
mausoleum.
yeah.
It's Church of Ireland, church and graveyard. It's a good journey away. It might be 2.5 hours of a drive, but it's worth it though, because it looks an interesting one.
Have either of you been to Northern Ireland? If not, you should consider coming up. There are some very interesting graveyards. I think you would enjoy visiting. Great channel, by the way. Ricky, it is on our list as well, isn't it?
North, yeah, Belfast, and not just Belfast, I suppose, but
There's several that
probably-
we've been looking at.
probably neighbouring areas around Belfast as well, if we can fit them in.
Yeah, it is just an amazing place. I mean, Northern Ireland is stunning as well. It's just amazing.
The Andrews Mausoleum, I'd like to see
Yeah,
from the
there's
Titanic.
so much, guys. That I mean, I'm going back to work. Tuesday. I'm back to work Tuesday after 6 weeks break. So I have had the best summer holidays ever. We have gone almost, I'd say, 4 days out of 7 every week. We have been traveling and giving you videos, both of us.
Yeah.
Um,
We've even put up videos like, I think the day after we arrived back at 5 o'clock in the morning or something. And the following day, I edited a video and put it up that day because, it's important that you keep videos up and be consistent, and your viewers,
yeah.
we're doing this for all our viewers so they can see the best of what we find as well.
Yeah. Hello, Mo. How are you? Thanks, Jean. And the Magnificent Seven, the film Magnificent Seven is actually on right now. And that is ironic. Fairground. We were talking about the Magnificent Seven, and the Magnificent Seven, which is a great film, is on TV now.
Hi, Mo.
Yeah, so we have so much we want to do. So I'm back to work Tuesday. I love my job, don't get me wrong, but I've had the best summer ever with traveling. Sylvia again wants, just an amazing lady, and so is Margot. We won't forget Margot ever. And we got to travel, of course, across to Wales and a couple of other little stops along the way.
Yeah, hi Margot, if you're watching.
But it just gives you that bug. I mean, don't get me wrong, I was so sore, so tired.
All the walking.
We were exhausted. We didn't stop. We slept very well though, because we were so exhausted at the end of the day. Then we would just get into the bed and it was lights out. Maureen.
Whoa, Maureen.
Maureen. My goodness me. Thank you so much. Oh my God. Thank you.
Super chat.
Maureen Maher. Wow.
Thank you, Mo. You are a sweetheart.
Thank you, Maureen, or Mo.
Spirit
so much.
sister Mo. She likes to be called Mo, guys. So if you're saying hello to her in chat, Maureen Maher is Mo.
Yeah, Rob
Spirit
Powell. We
sister
both believe in spirits and ghosts. 100%.
Yeah, absolutely. We've both had.
After what Sue caught on that video, how could
Oh
you?
my goodness, guys! Simone, I haven't seen her on the chats or in comments, and I don't expect her to be on my channel watching. But I have to thank her as well for pointing out that video, and I still couldn't see it. So she went to the bother of screen recording it off her TV and sending me an email with the clip and a screenshot of the photo. And when I looked at it first, she even directed my view to where to look, and I still didn't see it. But when I seen it, remember I showed you, you could not believe it. It was
I've
just,
never
oh
seen,
my
like,
goodness.
I've only seen stuff like that on, you know, TV. You see YouTube channels putting up something and you're going, I don't know, is that real or not?
Yeah.
But when I saw it on her video, I kind of went, wow, because I was there the same day. I think I was.
You were, yeah,
I was
yeah,
there
yeah.
the same day. So I was standing there beside her when she was reading the headstones. And I don't even know if I was doing videos at that time or not.
No, you weren't.
I wasn't even
No.
started on YouTube.
He was the shadow. We used to call him the shadow.
I was the shadow at the time. So
he was the helper. But it
when
was
I
just,
saw it, I just said, wow, that is... So
I think we must have played it 100 times or more.
straight away, like, I didn't say straight away, it's probably something
No.
blown, like a branch of a tree. I just knew straight away when I seen it. I said, that's a ghost.
I tell you what it was like. I was kind of panning around with my video, my camera, and it's like I caught her and she went like that at the camera and back and gone. It was almost like she was watching us.
Yeah.
And when I panned around, she went, oh no.
She got a...
And she kind of looked real fast and just
They're
disappeared.
not meant to be seen, you see. I
But
suppose.
yeah, if they want you to
Well,
see
you know.
them, they will let you see them. But she clearly didn't. But then at the same time, we were wondering, why is she still there? Why is she stuck? Because, excuse me, now the cherry Pepsi is repeating on me. I apologize. I'm a big believer in spirits and all of that, for sure, 100%. What I always doubted or had doubts about was ghosts being in a graveyard, because I always say to myself, why would they haunt their grave? Surely they'd go back home or they'd visit places that they loved in
They're
life.
probably-
You know, I could never really get my head around that. But then when we seen that capture, I thought there's something. Is she trapped? Is she, looking for help? So we did offer all of that last night. Well, it wasn't really last night. I can't say it was last night. It was yesterday evening. It was starting, and near the end of the video, it was getting dusk. And the reason we did go kind of later afternoon was because we did have a feeling it would be completely overgrown, which it was. And there's no way, when you see it, you'll understand, there's no way it'd go around that, even with a huge flashlight. It would be just way too dangerous.
Yeah. Now, it was someone said back there, I don't know, was it about me or Sue you were talking about the voice?
Did I go back up?
Maybe it was Dana, I think. What about the voice you heard in one of your videos? That was mine, I think. It could be mine in Brompton Cemetery
Yours in Brompton.
in London, where that
Was a
woman, EVP,
really clear one,
very,
yeah.
very clear. If you haven't seen it, go check it out. It's called EVP Caught in Brompton Cemetery.
It's really clear.
Very
Really,
clear.
really clear. And then both of us, I caught one in Mount Jerome when I was looking into a mausoleum. We're
Yeah.
still not 100% sure what the voice said, but it was something like, God bless
God
you
bless
and
you
him
and
too,
him
something
too.
like that.
They didn't even know my name at the time. I wasn't GV at the time.
No, you weren't
So,
actually. But it was, these things, I've never really felt on edge in a cemetery at all, ever. Only in Kensal Green. That was the only time I felt a little bit scared. And I think scared would be the right word. I felt like I was being watched. And I kept getting lost. Now, I know I kind of tend to wander off, but I usually have something in my sight to think, well, that's where I need to head back to. But that day, I just kept getting myself into the most silliest situations, like, going across the long grass or into the woods and trying to look at different headstones that were kind of lost and forgotten. And every time I'd get myself into that position, I would feel extremely scared and really, really alone. Now, that could be two things. One, we were in a place I knew nothing about. I didn't know the area. I didn't know the cemetery at all. And then two, we were told about, prior to us actually videoing, we were told about there had been a murder there.
Yeah.
And I think that had me a little bit on edge. And probably silly enough, I did go off on my own. But I usually don't be on my own. I'll be on my own if it's a place I know and I'm familiar with. But regards going on my own to somewhere I don't know, nope, I don't anymore. I don't. But other than that, we never get that cemetery that we went back to last night. We all said on video, it felt enchanted. It felt enchanted. It felt enchanted.
It is different towards other ones we've been to. You know, it's
Yeah,
just that different vibe.
It was a place I've always wanted, regardless of what Simone captured, regardless of that, it was a place we always said we have to go back. We almost feel like we were drawn back there, and definitely what Simone captured gave me the, the push to go back and film again,
Hi, Craig.
Had
Down the line, I was thinking today, kind of down the line, it's a bit early yet, but because of all the spirit activity we've both been getting, it would be interesting. I was thinking about setting up a second channel. I don't know, just to keep it separated from the cemetery stuff. Just a thought about maybe having another channel where it's paranormal stuff, or that kind of.
Yeah, because I tell you the thing is, and we both noticed this, is if you step away even slightly from the niche that you're used to, or that our subscribers are used to. So my niche would be, cemeteries, mostly old, not so much of the new, but sometimes I kind of like to mix it up a bit. That kind of thing, mausoleums, of course, crypts, all of that is my thing. But at times you find if you just stray a little bit, and kind of if you do capture an EVP and you decide to share it, you will find you will lose subscribers, don't you?
Yeah, they kind of run away from it.
They kind of go, I don't like that.
I just like that. Just stick to the cemetery stuff and the grave reading and that. But it is part of it.
It is part of it, yeah.
It's part of spirits and graves, cemeteries. All this stuff is all part of death.
Yeah.
Afterlife is all, connected to the same niche, really, of stuff, so. But, it's whoever unsubscribes from a video, that's their choice.
Absolutely.
We're
not complaining about that at all. We're just describing their channel. When you have a niche, that's why he's talking about maybe. And I mean, I had thought about, I need to do another channel where it's, villages and old towns in Ireland. And I kind of put one video out there of traveling around Wexford, and it just went, it was no good. So I thought, no, do you know something? I need to just concentrate on what I have now and the niche I have, and all you amazing, amazing subscribers. I mean, I know subscribers are here from the very beginning, and it's lovely that we've, all grown together. And well, we'd be nothing without Jean. It's as simple as that, Robin, how are you keeping?
Yeah, Sue's up to over 10k subs. I'm up to just over 4,000, and I can't believe I'm even up at 4,000. But I thank every last one of you who subscribed and watched the videos for both of us to get us to where we are today, because we wouldn't be here without you.
It's a huge compliment.
It's a big, big compliment, and it's nice that you're all still here, the ones that were there from the start. I remember when I started, Sue started before me, and I had no interest in even thinking of starting a channel. And I just went out with the phone one day, started doing a couple of videos and putting music over them in cemeteries. I think it was Glasnevin or somewhere. And I had 3 subscribers. I remember I had 3 subscribers at the very start. And I thought, this is a mountain to climb.
Mo
YouTube thing.
Mo said Sue is getting older. Mo has her birthday in a few days, and I'm a few days after Mo. So mine is the 1st.
Your 21st is soon,
My 21st is in a couple of days. The 1st of September. Can't believe it. I'm going backwards, guys. I don't believe I'm going.
And I think my 80th is coming up soon.
Yeah, I don't mind. I actually, am I 48? I'm 48 on the 1st.
She's older than me.
Yeah, I'm 48 on the 1st of September.
She's all the mature kind of,
Middle-aged ball guy, great job. It's a lot of work, I know. Yeah, it is a lot of work. Hi, Vivian, how are you? It is a lot of work, and it is worth it, Mo said she's getting older and I'm getting younger. Oh dear. Were you able to find out if that little bunny had owners living there? Tracy, that's another one I want to go back to. He was well fed, would no doubt he was well fed. I don't know if he had owners. There's no house. Well, there actually, that it's a big long lane down to that church, Tracy.
Bugs Bunny.
But there is a house a little bit further up from that's graveyard with the church ruins and the old kind of crypt. But what I was going to say, he just did not want to know us. We tried to coax him, we tried to pick him up. He just legged it. He seemed to be quite happy where he was and very well fed. Rob Powell, I'm born on Halloween. Oh, Rob, I love Halloween.
Hi, Krista David. Seeing the bunny made me want to come to get him and take him home.
Yeah.
I'd say if we had to take every cat we ever saw home, it'll be an animal sanctuary here.
Oh my goodness.
We'd have cats, we'd have squirrels, we'd have dogs, we'd have everything. Foxes.
Yeah.
People would be saying those two YouTubers are crazy.
Yeah. We've had that beautiful cat in Chippenham.
Oh, Chippingham. He was lovely.
Wow.
I put him up on my short. He's actually a famous cat.
Yeah.
His owner is from the Antiques Roadshow on TV. If you watch it, it's a UK program. Antiques Roadshow. Mark Allam, I think his name is.
Yeah, the cat was stunning though.
His
It was
wife,
beautiful.
His wife came out and the daughter, and they were looking for the cat, and they started talking to me, and she was saying, I kind of heard from a different woman he was from the Antiques Roadshow, but as he was in doing something in the house at the time, he didn't come out.
Yeah. Hi John Dean, how are you? John Dean, I had lots of cats and parakeets when we were in, where are we? London. The place is full of parakeets. And you know something, John? I never knew. I'm silly, I know. I just thought parakeets were pets that people kept in cages. How silly was that? And when we were in Highgate Cemetery, the man that did the tour with us said, don't mind those noisy birds, they're parakeets. And I was like, what? And then we found them, we seen them, and it was just amazing. Linda Williams, $19.99 US. Absolutely love you both. I'd watch additional channels by you too. Oh, thank you so much, Linda.
Thank you, Linda. It means a lot.
It surely does.
I hope we do get another channel going, but it's hard to run one.
Yeah.
So.
Super chat.
Thank you so much.
That's not my voice, actually. I don't sound like that.
Oh, dear.
Super.
Hello, Day. What a great day to be born. Absolutely, Sylvia. I always, with my birthday on the 1st of September, I am usually back in work. And as a child growing up, I didn't like it because it was kind of usually the first day back in school after the summer holidays. So it never really suited me that way. Copyright says Mo.
What story is that, Sylvia? She said, please
What's that?
tell that story again. Is that about the cat? I was just the cat, but if it's about the cat, he was just a famous. The woman told me he was on the intro of the
Antiques
Roadshow. He runs across the fireplace in the house or something like that. He's a big fluffy looking cat. So I couldn't fit him in the suitcase. I don't think I'd be able to bring him.
I don't think we'd be allowed. It was actually when we were over, went to Wales and stuff, we visited Sylvia's fantastic ancestors and the ground they walked on. But at the time there was a train strike. So it was train strikes. It was horrible because we were kind of left not knowing our kind of route we wanted to take was kind of separated a little bit. But it all added to the fun of meeting people because we met loads and visiting different places that we never got to visit and walking lots.
Cheryl said I should do a cooking channel. Oh, God. Cheryl, I'd burn water. That's the truth. I'd burn water.
He makes a great egg
I know,
sandwich.
I can cook. Can cook, won't cook.
Yeah.
I can cook though. Like, I'm not Gordon Ramsay or anything like that, but I'll try my best. Imagine me doing a cooking channel. Okay, guys, this is one I made earlier, so I'm just going to bring this to the boil now, and I'm just going to put on some peas there and cut these carrots as well before it's too late.
Maureen wants to, or sorry, Mo, excuse me, Mo wants us to do a live walk soon on fall. We love. Well, I love fall. You don't mind fall, autumn. You don't mind
No,
it.
I don't mind.
I
it.
love the colours of autumn.
The only thing I don't like about winter is it gets dark early and the evenings are depressing, really. Because
Yeah, even now it's got dark. Like
I
so
like the
early.
I like the long, bright evenings where it doesn't get
Yeah.
dark till 10 o'clock at night and the sun is out all day. I would sit in the sun all day, and I love the sun.
Yeah.
Just love it.
Dean, have you both done anything on the Titanic graveyards? We actually have both done a little. When we were down in Cork, remember that was it Jack
Oh, Jack,
Doyle? No,
Jack Doyle, yeah.
Yeah.
The famous, he was a boxer.
no, on the Titanic.
Oh, Jack, what was his name from?
Was it Jack? Oh, I can't remember.
It
now.
was
It's
Jack,
terrible.
yeah.
He was real life Jack of Titanic.
Jack from, what was the name of the place? Was it Kinsale, no?
Y'all.
Youghal in County Cork. He survived on the Titanic and he saved over 50 lives. And he was from County Cork in Youghal. So I covered that one, yeah.
Not Jack Dawson.
You
No.
found someone from the
I
Titanic.
found an incredible
A woman.
grave, and her name now has slipped my mind altogether. I'm really sorry, but she has. But the grave was actually local enough to us, and it's on my channel. And the poor girl, like it's such a sad story. She came home. She was living in, was it Pennsylvania? She was came home to take care of her father, who was dying. And on her way home, herself and her cousin Dean were to purchase first class tickets.
Just found it there, guys. Sorry.
What's that one?
Jack Foley, his name was.
Oh, Jack Foley. Yes.
Jack Foley saved a lot of lives on the Titanic.
But anyway, Dean, so the girl, so they were going home, and I can't remember the route or whatever. Anyway, the whole thing was she was to buy first class tickets, and at the last minute she bought third class tickets to save a few pence, I suppose. And so unfortunately she died on the Titanic when it went down. And her family at the time when it happened presumed she was safe because they presumed she had still purchased that first class ticket. And it was extremely sad because the grave is not very well maintained, really. It's quite hard to read it, but it is there. So we found her as well. We haven't really found an awful lot more. I mean, we walked around Cove and we showed you the places that, the Titanic was. It was kind of out in the harbour of Cove. It was there,
There is ones in Belfast, I think, isn't there?
There is in Belfast. Like Cove is very historical in the sense that it's a lot of actually there's a lot of graves. There's mass graves there, Dean, from the Lusitania that I did. It's a very, very sad place to stand when you realise how many people are there under your feet, basically. They have lovely memorials in Cove as well. But the Titanic, there's not an awful lot. We found more actually Lusitanian graves down in Youghal as well. Remember the unnamed woman?
There's an interesting grave up in Belfast of a 15-year-old boy who worked in the dockyard, I think, when they were building the Titanic or something like that. He was 15. He died I think it was a workplace accident.
Hi, Nicole.
But he was
Hi,
connected
Irene.
to the Titanic.
Irene says, my cousin is an Irish ambassador.
In Harland and Wolff, the dockyard. He was 15 years old and he died, I think, some form of an accident he had.
Louise, the days are getting shorter. They are. It gets dark so early. I prefer summer weather here in Canada. Nicole is in Australia.
No, there was no child labour laws back then, Tracy, no.
Hi,
Jordan.
Jordan. How are you?
Yes, the Lusitania sank by a torpedo. I know about this.
Yeah. I just visited the graves, Dean, and I told the story, and it's just such. There was children's graves. There was one grave of a little boy, and I shared his photo as well. And he's kind of stuck in my mind because they actually have on it "killed by the Germans" wrote on his headstone. So it's quite sad. Belfast would have a lot of Titanic. Yeah, it does, Pat. It has a fantastic museum up there. Cove has a Titanic museum as well, and I did do that. It's quite short. It's not a very big tour, but the one in Belfast would definitely be much better.
Do you know the little boy? Do you remember the news flash when the Titanic sank and all those people died? There was this famous picture of this little boy outside the shop selling newspapers.
Oh, yeah.
And it says SOS Titanic sinks, and you see this little boy with those old hats on. Well, that little boy, I found out, or I've seen on a video before, read about it. That little boy actually, when he grew up, joined the army and ended up, I think, dying in the war, and he's buried in a foreign land somewhere.
Yeah.
But he's very famous. That boy, little boy, he's all over the time they had the newspaper.
That's
he was a
right.
little newspaper boy.
That was actually very sad, wasn't it? I'm just trying to find something on my own channel here now. Trying to think of that lady's name. It's annoying me. But I can't think who
Very
she
famous
was.
boy. And little things like that, people wouldn't notice stuff like that. The little boy sitting outside the shop with these newspapers, selling them, and when the Titanic sank. But he became very famous because, they're all saying the little boy in the photograph selling the newspapers, he just got huge. Hi, Grey Webbs.
Hi, Gray. How are you? I'm trying to see if I'm desperate now. It's kind of annoying me that I can't remember that young girl's
Jordan
name.
said, I picked up a lady a few days ago whose husband was on the Titanic as a child.
Wow.
Some great stories there.
That is amazing, isn't it? I bet you.
What time is it by you? Oh, sorry, you're talking to someone else. Chris Peterson, you're after missing all the chat. But I know you have an old joke before you go, though, Chris. The Joker ain't going to call you anymore. You should be in Batman, Chris.
Chris the Joker, huh?
Chris the Joker.
I feel really bad now because I can't think of that girl's name.
I want to know what they all were, where they lived. But there was a real person actually called Jack Dawson. And he's buried in, is it Canada, I think? A cemetery in Canada, I think. I might be wrong. It could be Canada. But his real name is Jack Dawson. But the grave is so famous, people are leaving coins on top of it and love hearts and different things. Even though it's not the real Jack Dawson, it was a kind of a made-up story.
Dean, her name was Lizzie. Sorry, this is what I'm trying to do now. I'm trying to find out that girl's name because it's things like that annoy me when I can't remember.
The woman's grave.
Elizabeth, yes.
Elizabeth, yeah.
And her.
All right, Chris, crack away there. What's the joke?
Lizzie Doyle and her cousin. Sorry, had to find that out. That was bugging me. I hate when you get that kind of brain frog. Frog? Oh my God, what's wrong with me?
A frog.
I got a brain frog. No.
Is there a frog here?
Oh dear. I got a joke for GB. Hold on.
All right, Chris.
He's going through his joke book now. Don't mind him.
I bet you he's looking up teletext.
Tracy said, think he's buried
Yes, in Halifax, Nova Scotia. Got to see his and other Titanic victims' graves. Wow. I'd love to see
there
that.
You are now. Go for it.
This... I need to... Can you walk with me across?
I think it's okay to say it out loud, is it? This girl ran up to me at the cemetery and said, I need to pass through the cemetery, but I'm scared to walk alone. Can you walk with me across? I said, oh yeah, of course. Don't worry. I used to be super scared of cemeteries when I was alive too. That's a bit like us last night.
Ribbit.
Oh.
Frogs,
yeah, I know, Chris. I'm just the worst. I have brain frogs all the time. That is me, isn't it? Generally, I cannot. My when I speak, just things come out of my mouth that shouldn't come out. Not in bad, like, but I just get copyright for that. Oh, lads. Oh, I need more coffee. I need more Pepsi Max. I need something. Fairground is off. Bye, Fairground. He was 22 when he died and buried in France. That's what you hear. Oh, God. I know, Denise. I'm actually supposed to be going back to the doctor to. There's loads of things going on. I swear. That's actually been on my mind. Funny you say that has been on my mind, that exact condition, because it's not working anymore.
Vampire bunnies in the graveyards.
Rob, no, actually, Rob, I'll tell you a good one. That bunny rabbit I knew he was there, but I did think he was going out the doorway, right? And then he kind of scampered past me when I wasn't expecting it. Last night, what scared me last night? Can you remember?
Maybe she was having nightmares.
No, come on. What scared me last night when we were out doing the...
Oh, a robin landed on one of the headstones and she jumped over her skin. She said, what
happened was I was looking up into this yew tree and we were kind of talking, and I just seen this kind of I don't know what to call it, like a black flutter in the tree. So I was kind of watching going, what is that? And next minute it came down and landed on the headstone beside me, and it just frightened me. I'm not messing. So now I've been scared by rabbits and robins.
Robins. Now
I'm easily scared. Yeah, everything scares me.
Never be scared of the dead. Always be afraid of the living.
What does Frankenstein call the cemetery? Human resources.
Monty Python's Holy Grail. I love that.
An airplane crashes onto an old cemetery. The police reports over 3,000 dead people. There must be something else here. They're coming from Chris.
Chris, you're going to have to come up with better material than that. New stuff, Chris. New stuff.
Hello, Sally. Bunny with big pointy teeth.
Sally Cohurst, thank you. I love weekends, but you love it. And we love having you here as well. All of you.
I know, Mo. I know my brain doesn't function. My back is messed up. My knees hurt. My shoulders hurt. I don't know what I'm going to be like in 10 years' time. Never mind next week. And the brain.
Paddy, you know the Paddy Englishman, Paddy Irishman, Paddy Scotsman. All those jokes. They're around a long time. But I have a few, but I haven't time to tell you them now. There's one good one. I don't know if I told you before.
We arranged to have a robin on a fork put on my dad's stone. They googled a picture and found Batman's robin stood on a fork handle. Oh my goodness. Time to see a chiropractor. Time to see a rheumatologist.
Time to see.
Yeah. All those things that I put off, I suppose. Hello, Liz. How are you? But yeah, so my premiere tonight is on at 10 o'clock. It's a little bit longer than, I think it's probably 40 minutes. So be prepared. But it is well worth it. It is amazing.
Rob, you stole that off. What you call it now? That one I said. Chris.
Why didn't the skeleton go to the grave?
Well, I'll tell you a quick joke, will I?
Is it nice?
It's a clean joke, right? So Paddy Irishman, Paddy Englishman, and Paddy Scotsman were in the desert. They were stranded. And it was really hot, super hot. So they walked around the desert and they were trying to survive. So they came across an old car that was left in the middle of the desert. So they said, we all have to do something with this car to try and survive, to try and help us. So Paddy Scotsman comes back and Paddy Irishman goes over and he said to Paddy Scotsman, what did you get from the car, Paddy Scotsman? And he said, I took the water container out of it, he said, so I can take a drink of water when I get thirsty. He said, oh, very good. So then he says to Paddy Englishman, what did you take, Paddy Englishman? And he said, I took the fan out of it. So if I get too hot, he said, I can turn on the fan. Very good, says Paddy Irishman. So they all turn around to Paddy and they said, Paddy, what did you get from the car? Oh, I took the door of the car, says Paddy, because if I can get too hot, he said, I can let the window down.
No wonder poor Fiona's leaving.
Is she
Good
going?
night, Fiona. Oh, God. Oh, what do you flatten a ghost out with? A spirit level.
The spirit level, yeah.
Chris, you've got competition.
Let the window down, Paddy, when he got too hot.
Oh,
lads.
dear
What
goodness
do you think
me.
of that one? So Paddy let down the window, he got too hot.
Oh, it's such those old Irish jokes. People take offence to them now here in Ireland, but sure, don't even probably have that on your app.
Drum roll. Du-du-du.
Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. Denise, I did see your comment. I know. I must get myself in there before work. Jordan is a funeral director. We do this all day long. Pat O'Brien says he's unsubscribing. Chris, where is he gone? What's the difference between an Irish wedding and a funeral? At a funeral, there's one less drunk. Oh, God.
Pat's unsubscribing.
If you didn't laugh, you'd cry.
See you on the other side, Pat.
Don't mind them, Pat. We're Irish ourselves. If we can't take a joke, I don't know who will.
You have to have a bit of humour, guys.
Dean says, if you don't see a ghost, it's probably because they have been spooked. Yes, that is actually very, very true.
With all the cemetery stuff we do on videos, you're bound to hear or catch something.
Yeah, it is true. It is true. But look, guys, I have held you up long enough. Please come over to the premiere. It's in 1 hour's time. It's a good one. And typical of those who very dark humor. Yes, why not?
Come over to Sue's premiere. It's on in another hour, is it?
Yeah.
Another hour. And if you haven't subscribed to Great Visitations, please hit the subscribe button and I will give you some more great jokes.
Dana said, my mum's side is Irish. The Burks. Dana,
Burks
we
are
have found
there.
Burks. We have found the Bergs.
Yeah.
You all know Chris de Berg, I'm sure. And I believe at some stage the Bergs, the name slightly changed to Burke or Burks. So quite interesting, Dana.
Fun fact, Chris de Berg, the singer, his mother doesn't live too far from us.
In a beautiful castle.
And she lives in a castle.
And we
Chris de Berg, the lady in red, his mother lives
the one,
not far from us.
Yeah, thanks, Nicole, for being up so early for us. Hi, Dorothy. How are you? Thank you, Dorothy. What was I going to say? I was going to say something. Somebody said something. And I don't know where it is now. Sorry, I'm losing my... Yeah, Dan, we found loads of the Bergs, actually. It's an old Irish form of Burke.
I think it's from Connacht.
Yeah. I think, somewhere around. That castle is stunning. Yeah, David, it is absolutely beautiful. It's
Don't
amazing.
give away our location, Dave.
I think they all know at this stage. I know my grandfather was called William Atkins, sailed from Cork to the USA in 1937. Atkins, Atkins wouldn't be a strong Irish name, would it?
Atkins. No. Rowan Atkins. Oh, Atkinson, I'm thinking of.
Atkinson, yeah.
Can I see your tattoo, Sue? I was never brave enough to get one. Dorothy. I need to find out if you can.
I have what are they called? Butterflies. I have lilies, and I have a little baby, if it'll focus, in God's hands. Yes, Pat, that is the one. My mum always said we had relatives with a castle. The Bergs would have been quite a strong name.
The west of Ireland.
Where did we find? We found the Bergs in Cork, but we also found them, wasn't to do with Portumna Castle.
Yeah, I think it was the Burkas there.
The Burkas in Portumna Castle in Galway.
County Galway, yeah.
Hazel says, my ancestors are Doherty. And there's O'Dohertys, isn't there?
There's Doherty, O'Doherty's, there's O's, and there's no O's in surname.
Yes, Doherty, I have a lot
Flame
of
Chef,
tattoos. I have a Celtic knot behind one of my ears. My ears are too sticky out. You probably won't. Is that the Celtic knot or the rose?
Huh?
Is that the rose or the Celtic knot?
Looks like a rose.
Oh, then it's there.
I've
I have
never
a
really
Celtic
looked
knot
at it.
there. Can you see that?
See the rose there in the Celtic knot.
Celtic knot.
GV, I have been asking
And
to
a
see
rose.
your tattoos during a few of your lives, but you missed my comments.
Oh,
I don't have many tattoos. I have one there. Look, it goes all the way down there.
it's kind of like a tribal.
A tribal thing. I have another one there. And I have another one on that arm as well.
And you've one on your.
And I have one here on my back, and I didn't finish it. And it kind of looks like a seahorse. And it's not supposed to look like a
It's
seahorse.
kind of like those tribal thingies, aren't they?
But I don't know. I haven't got a tattoo in years. I'm thinking of getting another one, and I'm not getting GV, that's for sure.
I want to get Serenity Sue.
I'd like to get something like I was going to get Jesus before up here with the crown of thorns, something like that.
I also have. I've several. I've loads, Dorothy, loads and loads and loads. I haven't had one for a long, long time though. Yeah, guys. So we are going to go, and please God, I will see you on the premiere. So that's in less than an hour now, guys. Give you a chance to get a cuppa or a Dr. Pepper or
Thank you again, Cheryl.
coffee or popcorn or whatever you want. It's up to
I'll
you.
see you when I get my glasses.
Yeah. Dana said the Celtic cross. You are actually talking about that too. Chris.
I already saw GV said he sent me some naughty pics. Chris, I think that you're on the wrong medication or something.
No, I think you're on the wrong channel.
You're on the wrong channel, yeah.
That was the only fans page.
I don't have an OnlyFans, but if you join up, I might.
Dorothy.
Dorothy, Chris, can you send them on to me, please? Oh, lads, this is turning into a dating
Dorothy,
show.
you're so funny. It's good. Look, we're all here to have a bit of fun and a bit of humor. Sure, it's it's gas. It's gas. These are brilliant.
Chris.
Anyway, guys, Mel, hello. We're going to leave it there. We'll see you on the premiere, please God. But for now, take care.
Bye,
God bless.
Chris, I'll miss you.
And I'll talk to you all soon. Bye. Chris, get new material.